Welcome back to the Frugal Gardener's Garden. This is another blog I have explained to you guys from the first day of spring until the last day of summer. I will be here and I'm going to walk you through everything that I do from the beginning until the end. This is my workstation. I have not been out here for a couple of days because it has been roasting. We are at the end of a heat wave. Cold front came through last night, thank God. And because I have not been out here, there is a lot to do. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get to all of it today, but it's time to get started. This is a new addition to my garden. And this is based on a conversation I had with the Frugal son-in-law. This was inspired by him, whether he realizes it or not. We were discussing growing broccoli in the spring and how it doesn't like warm temperatures. And he explained to me that the temperatures where they live in Ohio they haven't been that warm. But there's a difference between the temperature you get on your phone or on the internet or on the weather station and the temperature that you're going to get in your yard, especially during the heat of the day. So right now, my phone is telling me that we're in the low 70s, but my thermometer is telling me that it's 80, and that's in the shade. So, that is set up, and that'll be here all summer. Now, this is one of the things that I wanted to show you guys. We talked about this a bit before. These are not sweet potatoes. These are purple yams. This is not even a whole yam. I cut this off at the bottom. Let's see if I can give you guys a better shot. And I'm getting roots from it. Believe it or not, all of these came from this one plant here. And I'm still getting more off of it. So it's time for me to take those and plant those so they can grow me some yams. Well, I don't really have a place to put them, but I'm looking over here, and these are russet potatoes that I planted on the 1st. So, the 1st of April. So, I'm not sure what's going on with this, but it's petering out on me. I could use the space. So what I'm going to do is harvest whatever I can from here and put some of those slips in there. This is another harvest that I'm going to be doing today. You can see the leaves are turning brown. These are garlic, elephant garlic. I think I have one more besides this one. That's going to come up today. And everything else in this area seems to be doing okay. Needs a little bit of watering. Now, my grow bag came today. As a matter of fact, UPS just dropped that off. The reason why I decided to get another one of those is because I'm out of pots. Pots are expensive this time of year, so this grow bag was the most reasonable option. These are obviously garlic that's growing that I should have planted a couple days ago. I didn't. It's going to end up like this. So I'm going to get another window box. I'm going to break these off, and I'm going to plant those so that they can grow. Now, this is my solution to the squirrels eating my peanut seeds, my peanuts. I have these on the other side of the garden, and I just pulled this one to show you guys what I did. Basically, these are mesh bags. I originally got these to keep them from eating the grapes and the small apples and the blueberries, but so far they haven't touched these. Also, have a couple of more labels I have to put on, so it's pretty simple stuff. Here's my stakes. I'm going to have to add those today because coming over this way, this is the squash that's coming up. I actually had this, draped over this here, and I didn't have it stabilized. So I'm going to have to stabilize that. And over here, it's kind of the same story. This is where I grow my cucumbers every year. There's one there, and this one is really outperforming the rest of them. So this usually goes up along here. I'm going to put a stake there, and I'm also going to use my bread wrappers to hold those around the stakes. They won't fit around here, but they'll fit around the bread wrappers. Over here is my nephew's patch. I know I confuse people when I say my nephew and the frugal nephew. They're not the same person. My nephew that's gardening here, as a matter of fact, he helped me plant this squash here, and he decided he wanted more, so he planted these watermelon seeds. I'm going to have to distribute these a little bit more evenly, but he'll be 7 pretty soon. But not to be confused with the frugal nephew, who is his dad. He's the one, along with my son, who helps me with the heavy lifting. So I got the family involved. My daughter and son-in-law in Ohio, they grew so much squash and so many tomatoes last year. I think they had to give some of the tomatoes away. They had so many. So that's what's happening with them. This is what's happening with me. There are a couple other smaller projects that I need to tend to, but it's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, but it's not ridiculously hot like it's been. The heat is going to come back in the next couple of days. So basically, this is going to take me maybe an hour. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to get to it. I wanted to give you guys an update, as always. Well, not always, but I try to keep it under 15 minutes. So I'm going to move on, get things started. There is one other thing I wanted to mention, and that is about this area here, which needs a little bit cleaning up. But there are carrots here and in a few other places. I try and keep them in this area here when it's hot outside, because this is where the afternoon sun comes. This is what happens in the heat of the day when it gets into the 90s, which on my my weather station, it reads up to 100, 105. I've gotten 107 in the last couple of days. So by keeping these under here, they get the morning sun, but they don't have to deal with the afternoon sun. Which also reminds me of one other little project I have. This is minor, very minor. These are my rechargeable batteries for my weather station. There's 2 areas where I have to change the batteries periodically. It tells me when the batteries are low. So I'll take care of that today also. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate your questions and your comments that you post below, and I'm hoping that you continue to do so, and I hope you continue to watch and tell your friends. And like I always say, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Catch you on the next video.